Hey guys, I'm Megan.
And I'm Stephanie, and we are
Barnbesties
with
Farm Fresh advice
for you. So we are here to impart the knowledge that we have learned over the years of building and running barns so that you guys don't have to have the problems and the misery and the mistakes that we made. Hope you enjoy our videos. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, right?
Right, and we hope to save you time and money on your new adventures.
Absolutely. Hey everybody, I'm Stephanie.
I'm Megan.
We are Barn Besties, and today we're going to be talking about trailers for horses. Specifically, we're going to look at 3 different trailers today. This is the first one. This is known as a tag-along trailer, or some people call it a bumper pull, because it attaches down here to a hitch that is installed under the frame of your truck, whereas the gooseneck is installed onto a hitch in the bed of your truck. So this can be hauled by like an SUV, whereas a gooseneck would require a pickup truck with a bed.
This is the reason why I don't like this already.
What?
It's all greased up.
Yep. Well, you need
Wear gloves, people.
You need to be greasy because metal on metal without grease is going to cause a wear issue. Okay, so what are you doing there, Megan?
And it bites you.
Okay, so she's going through the hitch. So you're going to have on the back of your SUV or your truck, you're going to have a hitch that's going to have a ball on it. Now each trailer is going to tell you the size of ball they need. Does this one have? This one says right on here, 2 and 5/16. Some of them are 2-inch. You got to make sure you get the right size for safety. And then you got your
your plug.
electrical. Some of them look different. This
Very
is what
different.
This one looks like. You're going to get your electrical installation on your hitch and your wiring to match the trailer. Sometimes, if that's a problem, you can get your trailer reconfigured.
Also, check out the stand.
Yeah. So we've got the foot on it that actually raises and lowers. This one is a manual, which means gotta use those muscles.
Yeah. Show us
Safety
how it's done.
chains. Shall we go down? We'll go down.
Show us how it's
You're gonna crank down on it, lowering. It's very exciting. Ooh, and then you gotta raise it, which is a little harder. Actually, this one's pretty good. This one's really good.
It's
Doesn't
a
have
very nice trailer.
Doesn't have a ton of weight on the tongue. This is
And
called the tongue.
this is a little bit annoying. So when you connect this to your truck, you want to make sure you undo the carabiner and you put it in the hitch. There's like a little hole, and then
Where the chains go.
you have to attach it. Also, if this is too long and your chains are too long, you want to be really careful that it's up off the ground, because I have actually
Drag chains
and
wear out your chains.
wear them out, and I create sparks. But you can do this as well with this.
So basically, when you get your trailer, what you want to do is go to a reputable trailer repair place and have them go through the hitch to your truck, make sure everything's correct. They will help you size everything appropriately. Some trucks require, or SUVs are too high or too low, require a specialized hitch. You want to go to the experts on that. You don't want to just kind of guess. You don't want your trailer traveling where it's really high in the front and really low in the back. You're going to wear out your back tires and blow your back tires. You also conversely don't want so much weight on the tongue of your the hitch that your trailer is pulling your truck down. So it's really best to go to the professionals, have them figure out if you need a weight distribution hitch, or if you need a drop hitch, if your truck or your SUV is riding really high. You might need to have like extra springs or airbags put into the back of your truck to give it enough weight distribution. So go see a professional on that. Make sure that you're really safe and secure, because you're hauling your precious babies. Okay, so should we show them the inside of this trailer?
Yes,
Okay,
my favorite part.
Yeah.
Ooh, fancy,
All right,
fancy.
so this one has a tack compartment in it.
And check this out.
Come on
Got a
in and
little
take a
hook.
look.
You want to make sure you hook it up, because these doors will slap back at you, and you want to make sure you don't pull it, because you will break those latches. I have done that.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
So this is going to be the tack compartment. This one has right now 2 saddle racks installed. It's got room for your emergency jack to run your trailer up on. If you blow a tire, you've got a little thing for water. There's room for, look at, there's a mounting block in here. As well as room, there's clips up top if you look up there. Plenty of room to hang halters, lead ropes, bridles. and all sorts of goodies. So lots of room. There's a blanket bar down here that you can use if you need to be hanging sheets, coolers, saddle pads, etc. So pretty nice.
And this is a great trailer for a one person, one horse, maybe two. You own 2 horses, but honestly, for someone like me, it's not enough room. You can never get a big enough tack room, and I'll show you mine, which has an extra foot.
This is obviously what we call a slant load trailer. You can tell because this tack room, instead of having a straight across wall, is slanted. So we'll show you that in a minute, what that's going to look like in the horse area. The nice thing this also has is a really nice window with, you can open up, it's got screens, so you can ventilate without getting bugs into your tack room, which is important because tack, as we know, gets hot and sweaty and gross, and we don't want it molding. But it's also got some nice bins right here. So we've got a fire extinguisher for safety, we've got a flashlight for safety, we've got a hitch extension as needed, there's some tools. So excellent, as you can see down here, in case we need to change the tire, you've got the lug wrench in here. We've got some safety equipment these are the pop-up, what do you call them, Megan? The triangles, the little hazard triangles.
Yep.
Some extra safety. There's a hammer here in case. She's got a headlamp in case something happens in the dark, as well as the flashlight. So some really smart safety equipment here in case you need it. And let's go back, Megan, to the horse area.
Oh, we might as well show them. This is a great idea. Putting down a board and parking your trailer on a board so your tires do not rot out.
Up off the wetness of the ground. That's really great.
And then we'll show you
Okay,
this.
so this one's a ramp load.
Yep. And this one is
Wait,
very.
show them what you did there, Miss Megan. This is, come on around, Mr. Cameraman. So on each side, these are the 2 levers that hold the ramp up. They've got a little release. Then you just pull them out of the way. Nice ramp. This looks like it's pretty lightweight.
Yep.
It's got a really nice rubber mat on it. So you're going into, is this the horse compartment?
This is the horse compartment. And I, again, highly recommend you latch when you're loading. Don't just open the door and leave it open and load your horse. Depending on where you're parked, these will slap back on your horse as you are loading and unloading.
Right.
Okay. You'll notice this trailer has shavings. Sometimes we load with shavings and without. If you have a horse that has respiratory issues, I highly recommend not having shavings. I will say we took this trailer across the country to California. You're going to want shavings.
Don't you find that when they're urinating or pooping, that it starts to make things slippery?
Very slippery. So I do love shavings. However,
you
need to be careful.
Okay, so this is a really nice, really tall trailer for a really tall horse. I'm 6 foot tall. I can't reach the top. So this is this was a custom built trailer for a very tall horse. This is, as we refer to as a slant load. The horse is going to stand at a slant. Here we go. Thank you for that. If you come on in here, you can see there's bars across all the windows. The windows open and have, again, the screens to keep the bugs out. There are vents at the top. I've got one right over my head here, and there's a second one. And then you've got the drop down windows, so when you're loading the horses, you can have somebody standing here to hook them up. And then we never ever recommend hauling with the windows open like this and the horse hanging its head out. I see this on the highway periodically. Horses have...
Do you really?
Yes.
Oh
horses
my God.
have been killed when this has happened. First of all, you could have a horse try to get out. We've had horses try to get out of these. Horses have tried to jump out of these, freaking out.
Yep.
And have gone through these. And you've got metal here. I mean, it's as rounded as it can be, but you've got a horse trying to get out through here, it's going to cut itself up. Not only that, it's not going to get out of here unless it's a smaller horse, but yeah, horses have been killed.
Wow.
So please don't ever do that. And honestly, this one's got...
Oh, I want to show you on the outside.
Yeah.
We'll go around to the
outside. We'll show you that on the outside. It'll be easier to see. But the nice thing is this has got a full partition here up in the front so the horses can't really get at each other.
And it's breathable.
And it is breathable. It's got slats. I don't know if you can see that, but you can see the light through here. So there is airflow through here, but the horses can't actually like touch noses. It's got a padding here for the horses on the side of their hips and shoulders. And then it's also in the front, padded down here where the legs could touch. So if they're stomping or kicking, they're only kicking against rubber. And then again, the padding here. So that's the first stall. Now this is a 2-stall barn.
But then I want to show you
Trailer.
right here. This is an actual wall. See, it's about 1.5 inches thick. I highly recommend this. I used to have a trailer and it only had just the top partition.
Yeah, some of them only come with this partition only.
And we ended up going to a horse show, and the horse in front was kicking the horse behind. So I will never haul in a trailer without the lower partition.
Is this what they call the stud partition?
I think that's what they call it.
Yeah. A stallion partition.
And then I also want to show you this latch. I highly recommend metal. And you'll see in the other one, it's plastic. Yeah. And I also want to show you these. These are heavy duty. Highly recommend, because I'll show you in my trailer, it's a little different. And so it's out and it's like you're not going to bend them.
Those don't move.
That's a big deal.
And you saw how quick and easy it was to shut this. It literally just... Did you give it out?
Yep. So you can lock it.
When you're loading a horse
Like
and
there?
you're ready to go.
Yep. I would have it like this. So let's say Stephanie's our horse. We just locked her in, and so I have it out like that. I can just easily slam it, and she's locked in. I don't have to wrestle with it like this. But for keeping it, in storage, there's a nice little latch here. I highly recommend this because sometimes you find yourself driving your trailer around and you want to lock these partitions back, and so that's where you want to lock.
You should make a note that there are 2 different places you can hang things here. Some people will want to hang like a hay net. If your horse is not so big that he's not crammed up in here and needing the full length, you might be able to fit a hay net in here. Not a huge fan of nets.
I'm not.
Because they can get their feet through the net.
I've had both. I've had hay nets
and
I've had a manger. And only one time, because it only happened one time, I've had a horse put a foot through a manger, and I've had a horse put a foot in a hay net, and I won't do it ever again.
Yeah. Try not to do that.
You want to show them the camera.
We've got a camera system in here.
Highly recommend this. It's a lot of fun. However, you still have to drive, so be careful. Don't get too caught up. It's just like texting and driving. Don't get stuck on the camera.
The other thing that we should point out, Mr. Cameraman, this does have interior lights, so that if you're unloading or loading in the dark, there's some interior lighting to illuminate the inside of, and it looks like there's one up front too. So horses are going to be much more willing to get into something that's not a dark cavern that they can't see in. It's really nice to have lighting put in there. So I think there's a tack area in the back here.
We should also make a comment, so come on through. I think we have a mutual friend who had a horse in a trailer, and I'm not sure the parameters of it, so I won't speak on it, but always make sure for your last horse, you put the butt bar, because I think either she didn't have a butt bar or something. Anyway, we have a mutual friend that her horse
fell out the back.
So make sure the butt bar is
extra
connected,
security,
and you always use
you're not
it.
relying only on the doors, and not all trailers come with the ramps. Some trailers are what we call a step up. There's no ramp. They have to step up into the trailer.
That'll be mine.
So,
we'll show them that next.
Yep.
And then let's show them the next side.
So this is where another part of the tack compartment. I will latch this again. There, doors latched. Nice spot to put a manure cart. There is room, I believe you can put saddles in here if you want. But I believe she's got that taken out.
No, I think this is just an extra.
Some of them do
have
saddle area back here. It depends on how. One of the things you can do in order to design a trailer for a really long horse is you can adjust the angle of the slant load. So she's got some nice hooks for tack. She's got her spare tire in here. some shovel, pitchfork, broom, manure, water buckets, etc. It's a great place to put those kinds of things.
And I'm super excited about these windows.
Yep.
Let me show you these windows. Okay, highly, highly recommend. So check this out, really strong metal, and you put it up here in this hole, and so you can travel like this if you need more airflow. So let's say you're going through a really hot state, or it's a 90-degree day.
This is where we're talking about not letting the horse put its head out. This prevents that.
And then, or you can travel with, let's say it's super cold. And remember, when you're hauling, when the horses are in the trailer, it's actually warmer in the trailer. So even in the winter, let's say 20 degrees, I would probably have coolers on my horses or have them naked, depending on if they're clipped or not, because it's generally warmer in the trailer with the horse. So be careful when you close them up. This trailer also has the option, but you have to do it like so. So you can have a screen, and so that way.
Megan, let's say you got a horse that you really don't want to have this open, but you need the airflow. You could have the screen open, but everything else shut up, and then you could have this down while you're traveling to really increase the airflow, but not at the horse's head. If you're worried about how a horse might be behaving in here, you could just have the screen open, have everything else safe and secure. That one's down, blowing air through, really giving good circulation.
I would recommend that the most. But the thing is, the first horse on a warm day, they're up against that wall. There is no airflow. So by the time you get to the horse show, they're going to be hot.
Which is why there is a vent right over their head. So if you open that vent so that it's facing forward, it's going to get some airflow as the trailer's moving down the road. But if you're in bumper to bumper traffic and you're not moving, that horse, as she said, is going to get really hot. Definitely need to have that open, and that would be helpful as well.
But definitely never this. And last caveat I would recommend is 2 people to load a horse. Loading is the most dangerous, and it's very important that you're clear on communication and how you're going to load. So what I prefer, this is just a suggestion to people. So there's one that's the handler. There's Stephanie right here. And so we've had clear communication. I will say locked in, and that is when she ties the horse up. If you tie the horse, and I've had this happen.
You tie the horse up and she's not got it locked in, you've got an accident ready to go.
Wait, I had a horse break free and actually stop the horse show because she ran into the show arena. So make sure when you lead them up, you have a handler that you hand them off to. You close the divider, say the door is closed, and then Stephanie ties them. And then also I recommend put the window up, then load the second horse.
Yes.
Do not have the 2 windows open. I've seen that where they fight.
Well, this one can not only fight, but this one can try to get out.
Yeah, and they
that
will.
has happened. I know that people who have had that happen, horses have climbed out. Especially smaller horses can get through a smaller window.
And they will jump
young
up.
horses, yeah, yep. And on the safety note, recommend loading and unloading with hard hats on humans and gloves.
Yep.
For rope burns happen, and that's painful. Hard hats, because you always want to have hard hats when you're in this is a dangerous situation. So keep that head protected. So this is really nice, Mr. Cameron. If you could show this, there's a little ledge here. If you needed to step up to receive the horse, you can do that. You can hang on to this clip here. You're more up in line with the horse if you need to. That's available there. So
I actually have a stool.
yeah,
That
it's
little
probably a
fold-up
little
stool,
easier. This isn't
'cause
a
I'm
huge.
short.
This isn't a huge step, but if you needed it in a hurry, it's available.
Yep.
Checking out a horse, maybe looking through the window, you could just do that without getting the stool out. Maybe you're on the side of the road or something, or getting gas. But make sure also, anytime you're going to go on a trip, pull that trailer out, check all the tires, make sure that they're properly aired up. Make sure, take it around the block, make sure the brakes are working well, the lights are working well. That's key. So, yeah, this is great. You want to show them again how this works?
Yeah, sure.
Get it through here.
So you just gently lift it up,
That's just
and then you
ingenious.
lock it in down there.
So,
Love this
horse
setup.
can't get in or out.
And then let's say you change your mind,
You just go straight
you
up.
just go straight up. Boom, done.
Yep. Fantastic. So, ingenious. And these are the locks that hold the handles into place. So yeah,
I think
that's
it.
our first trailer. We got 2 more to show you guys, so have some patience. We're gonna go on to the next one in just a second.